In this tutorial, we're going to pick up where we left off in the last lesson and talk about how to use the Lists Webpart to add videos to your SharePoint page. Now, to make sure that we're all on the same page, first, we're going to look at how to create a list in the video playlist style. Then we'll look at how to add that to SharePoint and the properties associated with it. I have navigated to Microsoft Lists. In the upper left-hand corner, click Create New. In the floating dialog box, there's a template section at the bottom. If you scroll down, you will see the option for Playlist. If we hover over it, it says Arrange videos for playback in a specific order. This is one reason that you may want to use a playlist instead of the video web part, which only has the option to sort by last uploaded, last edited, or author. We're going to select this template, and then you will see a preview of what the list will look like. Go to the bottom right-hand corner of the dialog box and click Use Template. Next, we're going to give the playlist a name. In this example, I'm going to call it All the Things. I want to draw your attention to the Create In dropdown. The default is My List, which is associated with OneDrive. To add a playlist to a SharePoint page, it needs to be associated with the SharePoint site. Click the dropdown and select the site that you want to use. In this case, the site is Your M365 Advisor. Then click Create. Now we need to add videos to the playlist. Click Add New in the upper left side of the screen. By default, you will be in the document library that comes with every SharePoint site. I personally like to keep all of my videos in a video document library. Click the drop-down next to the Switch Library icon. Then I'm going to select Video from the list. I happen to have all of my videos in folders, so I will select the folder and then put a check mark next to any video I want to include in the playlist. You can choose as many as you want, but for this demonstration, I'm only going to choose 3. Then go to the bottom right corner of the dialog box and click Select. Now we have some videos in our playlist. However, they're not in the order that I would like. The way to sort videos is not immediately obvious. You can't just drag and drop the videos into a specific order. You have to use list properties to tell SharePoint what to do. One of the easiest ways is to add a number column and assign a sort order. However, you cannot add or modify columns in the playlist view. Instead, go to the right side of the screen and select the drop-down next to the View switcher. Choose All Items. Next, we're going to add a column. In this example, I will choose the number column type. Give the column a name that makes sense to you, such as Video Order. Go to the bottom of the screen and click Save. Now we need to edit each item on the list to assign it a number. Unfortunately, with this kind of playlist, we don't have the Edit and Grid View option, so we have to do it one by one. It can be a little bit of a maintenance issue when you add multiple videos at once, or you need to rearrange the order in which the videos will display. But it is one of the easier ways that you can custom sort within the confines of the SharePoint functionality. Now that the videos have a number assigned, click the View switcher and go back to the playlist view. We need to update the settings to tell Lists to pay attention to the new column we just added. Click the drop-down next to Switch View Options again, and this time select Edit Current View. This will take us to the Lists Settings page. In the Columns section, scroll down and put a check mark next to Video Order or whatever name you chose. In the Sort section, click the drop-down next to First Sort by the column, and then select your column, in this case, Video Order. Make sure the radio button next to Show Items in Ascending Order is selected. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click OK to apply the changes. Now the videos are sorted in the order we specified. If you want to verify, select any video, then click the edit icon in the toolbar at the top of the page. In this example, I selected the first video and the video order field has the number 1 in it. Now that we have our video playlist, I've navigated back to the fake SharePoint site for learning resources, and we're going to look at how we can add the playlist to the SharePoint site. So if you're an owner of the site or you've been given edit permissions, in the upper right-hand corner, you can click on the edit button. And then we're going to take a look at 2 different web parts that you can use to add the playlist we just created, and that would be video or lists. In the prior lesson, we talked about adding the video web part, and we had the videos organized by folder. So first, I'm going to select that web part and modify it by clicking Edit Properties. Under the source properties, I'm going to click the drop down next to the word folder and select Playlist. Now we have a Select a Playlist drop down, and you can choose any that are associated with your site. In this example, we just have the All the Things playlist. SharePoint is going to pull in the videos from that Microsoft list, but it's still going to use the layout selected in the video web part, which in this example is the grid view layout. Now let's go to the web part toolbox and grab the Lists web part so that we can take a look at how that option works. And I'm just going to drag and drop it onto the SharePoint page. From there, I can select my list, which in this case is All the Things. These are still the same videos that we saw in the video web part, but the layout is different. On the left-hand side, we have a little tile for each one of the videos, and then whichever one you select will display in the video frame. Now we're going to look at our options for customizing this web part by selecting Edit Properties from the floating toolbar. And then in the pane on the right-hand side of the screen, we've got a few options. First, you have the list dropdown, and this is where you can go if you want to swap out one playlist for another. Under the view dropdown, you can switch between the different views that you may have set up for any given playlist. Now, because we want this to show as video, it makes more sense to leave it at playlist. But the Lists web part isn't just used for videos, so you might have other lists you want to add to SharePoint that have different views that would make sense in that scenario. And with other lists, you might have a scenario where you would want to use nested folders. The size property helps you to control how much space the web part takes on your SharePoint page. The default is auto size fit to the number of items. So as you add more items to the list, the web part may get larger. If you want to control that, you can click the dropdown and choose small, medium, or large. Small can accommodate about 5 items, and for a traditional SharePoint list, that might be fine. But with the video playlist specifically, it shrinks the area where you get to watch the video and adds these 2 black sections on the side, making it very hard to see the content. I'm going back to the properties pane, and this time I'm going to select medium, which will show about 15 items. This is very similar in size to the auto fit and has, in my opinion, the best dimensions for viewing the video on the SharePoint page. If we go back to the properties and select large, this can accommodate about 30 items, but it keeps the video frame in your standard 16:9 aspect ratio, which means there's 2 large black boxes, one above and below the video frame. So in my opinion, the best aesthetic for your SharePoint page is either auto fit or medium. Next, we have the toggle buttons to hide the command bar and hide the See All button. The command bar is the section just above the video where you see Share, Delete, and Playlist. And then See All is just above that on the same line as the title of the playlist. Under dynamic filtering, you can choose to filter items selected in another list or library, but that's more of an advanced concept that is outside of the scope of this particular video. And then the last property we have is visibility, so that you can decide whether or not to show this playlist when somebody's viewing the SharePoint site from their mobile application or in an email view. Now, if you've made any changes to the settings, click Apply. Now that I've made all of the changes that I want, I'm going to go up to the top right side of the screen and click Republish. Now, when it comes to that last setting about the mobile view, if you don't know whether or not you want somebody to view your playlist, you can always preview what it will look like. So go to the toolbar at the top of the screen towards the left side and click Preview. Then select Mobile. Now you can scroll down and verify that this is a good or bad viewing experience on a mobile view, and then you can go back to the settings and adjust them if needed. Now our fake SharePoint site has the 3 options for displaying video. The first one is the playlist style using the Microsoft Lists Webpart. The second is the video web part set up in the grid view. Then the third option is the highlighted content web part. Now, to be clear, I do not suggest using all 3 of these on the same page. I only include them here so that you can look at them side by side and decide which one works best for your particular scenario. As a best practice, I suggest that you only use one playlist style on a given page. But if you want to use different playlist styles on different pages, that's perfectly fine. So for example, on a training page like this one, the video web part might be the best option. But on your admin support page, maybe the Microsoft List web part is a better option. I created the video about the highlighted content web part long before I decided to do a series about SharePoint, but I'm going to link it here as the next video to watch to make it easier for you to find. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.